this is in the matter people of the state of Michigan versus Jeffrey Travis Ott. And this is file number 24-21860FH. I have Rhonda Underwood appearing on behalf of Mr. Ott. This is a date and time set for sentencing in this matter. Mr. Ott, have you had a chance to read and review the pre-sentence report?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've had a chance to talk to Ms. Underwood about it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with Ms. Underwood as your attorney and the advice that she has given you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Underwood, do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or relevancy of any information in the pre-sentence report?
Just very briefly, Your Honor. I believe the body of the pre-sentence report does disclose that Mr. Ott has a psychiatric history. And so I would ask that the thing on the first page be changed to yes rather than no.
Okay, so on the first physical page of the pre-sentence report, it says no psychiatric history. In the body of the report, it makes it clear that it is a psychiatric history. So we will make that change. All right, so do you wish to explain or do you wish to, let me see, does the pre-sentence report disclose any prior convictions in which there exists any known constitutional defect?
It does not, Your Honor.
Probation Department has computed the minimum sentencing guidelines to be 7 to 23 months. Do you agree with that computation of guidelines?
I would agree with that computation.
All right, before the court passes sentence, do you wish to say anything on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Ott is in the Michigan Department of Corrections, Your Honor. He has mental issues. I think medication is spotty. I think these issues, as we know, are treated, not real well by the MDFC. Mr. Ott is aware that he has to change how he responds to stimuli, Your Honor. And he understands that what he did was wrong. You can't assault corrections officers. And he knows that. The court did provide a cops in this case to the low end of the guidelines. And we would ask the court humbly to comply with that and sentence Mr. Ott appropriately.
The recommendation is for the minimum prison term. Okay. Is there anything you want to say on your own behalf?
Sorry for Carpenter's family. My heart goes out to him.
Okay. All right. In determining the appropriate sentence in this case, the court has considered the seriousness of the offense, your history, the principle of proportionality, the statutory penalty, the cost of confinement, the sentencing guidelines, the report and recommendation of the probation department, as well as what has been said upon the record at this hearing. The criteria and reasons for the sentence are the nature and gravity of the offense, the discipline appropriate to its commission, deterrence against repetition by you and by others, the potential for reformation, vindication for law, and protection of society. So, Mr. Ott, the CO Carpenter did sustain injuries from this attack. You can't do stuff like this. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I've seen people who went to prison 20 years ago and now are still serving time for assault of a prison employee because they keep stacking. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's sentence of the court that you'll be sentenced to the Michigan Department of Corrections for a period of 12 months to 60 months. You get 0 credit.
Sorry, but the low end of the guidelines is 7.
I can't give them 7 months in prison.
Yeah, you can.
Miss Holly?
You do. It's your, I don't know. I mean, it should be whatever you say.
Well, I know, but there's a Cobb's, but it's my understanding they'll send it back if I give them less than 12 months.
They don't.
Okay.
But Judge, you should do what you, I don't know.
There's an agreement. I'm not going to change the agreement now. So All right, I'll sentence you to 7 months to 60 months with the Michigan Department of Corrections. We'll see. And I can't give you any credit. You understand that? You can't get any credit for time served because you were a prisoner.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. There's $130 crime victim rights fee, $68 in state costs. The sentence runs consecutive to any sentence you're currently serving. Mr. Ott, where are you at now? Macomb. Okay, so, and when, yeah, you've got 10 years on your 22 offense, so you can't be racking these up, okay?
Sorry, Your Honor.
All right, so my bailiff's gonna hand down to you the notice of right to appellate review.
You're on, I don't think you put the tail on it. The,
Yes, you did.
I did.
end. Oh, you
I
did,
did.
okay, I
Yeah.
just want to make sure.
Yep, I said 60 months. Okay, so my bailiff's gonna hand down to your notice of right to appellate review. You're gonna initial and date one copy for our records to acknowledge you received it. The other copies are for you. If you wish to appeal your sentence, you would fill out the information on the form and mail it to the address listed on the form within 42 days. Mr. Glazier, on your motion today, do you think you could come over here? I see you're in your office,
Yeah, I could do that, I suppose.
because I need to speak with you and Mr. Hartung.
All right, I'll be right over.
All right, you have some clients in the courtroom too, so thank you.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Do you know who wrote that report, Judge?
Say it again.
Do you know who wrote that last report?
Chris Jones.
Oh,
All right, thank you, Mr. Ott. You're all set. The record should reflect I received back a signed copy of the notice of right to appellate review. I got the jail. Let's see who's in my jail room. Do I have somebody in jail Zoom too? There we go, Mr. Hernandez, great. Let me see here, Mr. Murphy. You have Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Pedro Hernandez Jr. We have 3 files, 24-21980FH, 23-21325FH, and 23-21526FH. I have 3 pre-sentence reports. So let me grab those.
Your Honor, if I could have a break
have-
with my client, I would appreciate that when the court gets a chance.
All right, so Mr. Murphy, I have the PSI for file number 24-1980FH, violation of probation from district court and a probation violation from circuit court. Do you have all 3 of those?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good. So Mr. Hernandez, I am going to open up a breakout room for you and Mr. Murphy to review those. So go ahead. Join that breakout room. Mr. Fry, you have Kelly Mahoney, and she is here on Zoom. Do you want to come on up? You can stay there. There's no other.
I gotta come back until Mr. Sears, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. All right, Kelly Mahoney, if you could start your video, please.
Okay, so there's like a crack through my lens, so it's like it's on, but it's just not on.
Okay, can you hear us?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Kelly Margaret Mahoney, file number 24-21862FH. I have Brian Fry appearing on behalf of Ms. Mahoney. Mr. Fry, you recognize your client's voice.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objection proceeding today, even though she has a broken screen and I can't see her?
I have no objection.
Okay.
Your Honor.
All right, and Ms. Mahoney, do you have any objection?
No, you're right.
All right, so Mr. Fry, you received a copy of the pre-sentence report. Ms. Mahoney, did you review the pre-sentence report with your attorney?
Don't recall if it is not, to be honest.
I can't hear you. Say that again, please.
That I don't did go over it all the way. I honestly I don't remember though.
Well, that's really important. So, Mr. Fry, did you review it with her?
Yeah, but if she wants a breakout room.
Okay, so, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Mr. Fry. Mr. Fry, you can use, jury room or a podium in the hallway, whatever you'd like. All right, so hold on, Ms. Mahoney. Are you already logged in?
I'm logging in right.
Oh, okay. I have another Brian, so. All right, so give me just a minute and Mr. Fry will be in. Okay, so I'm going to open up a breakout room, ma'am, for you and Mr. Fry to review the pre-sentence report. Go ahead and join that breakout room. Matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Caleb Robert Daniels, file number 24-22081FH. Mr. Murphy and Mr. Daniels waived arraignment on that one. Let's go until the 6th. Why am I not going? Why do you make me? Miss Underwood, I don't have anything for you until 9 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do I have with you?
You looking at me, Judge?
Yeah, I'm looking at you. You looking at me?
You have nothing with me.
Okay, you're just hanging out?
Yep.
Okay, you were making me nervous. I was like,
I like watching Mr. Hartman work.
yes.
Far higher than expectations, but
Who's on my probable cause hearing at 10 on ink plan? Do we know? Is there a PD on that one?
Don't know.
All right, Mr. Glazier, Mr. Love is here, and if you wanted to take care of him first, I don't know if you need to talk to him. Then we can get him on his way. Oh, hi, Mr. Murphy. I didn't realize you were back. All right, so let me grab Mr. Hernandez's files. So, Mr. Murphy, you had enough time to speak with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, so, Mr. Hernandez, have you had an opportunity to read over and review the pre-sentence reports, all three of them, with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor, that was quite a few things.
And have you had an opportunity to discuss them with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, are you satisfied with Mr. Murphy as your attorney and the advice that he has given you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Murphy, do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or relevancy of any information in the pre-sentence report?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hernandez wanted to point out that it has him as unemployed. Well, obviously, while he's been incarcerated, he hasn't been working, but he retains his position at Papa's Place, that restaurant. So as soon as if his incarceration was to end, he'll go right back to that. That's his career. He also wanted to point out, and I would agree with him in this, and looking through the pre-sentence investigation report, I don't know if it really mentioned an alcohol abuse problem, but I think that's something that should be pretty clear from Mr. Hernandez's past. I don't think it's really mentioned on here that he has that substance abuse issue. Was there anything else, Mr. Hernandez, that was inaccurate you wanted me to point out?
No, just
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Murphy, in light of the fact that he has 2 felony drunk drivings within 1 year, I mean, is pretty indicative, you're right, of an alcohol abuse issue, substance abuse issue.
But there are no further corrections you wish to make in regards to the information contained in the pre-sentence investigation report?
Does any of the reports disclose any prior convictions in which there exists any known constitutional defect?
No, Your Honor.
And on file number 24-21980FH, guidelines were calculated to be 7 to 23 months. Do you agree with that calculation of guidelines?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Before the court passes sentence, is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client? Or hold on a second, Mr. Coast, did you have any information for us on this file? He's been in custody, so I don't think you have any updates for us.
I don't judge because he has been in custody.
Okay, thank you. And I guess I would start with you, Mr. Hartung. Is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of people before the court passes sentence?
Sure, thank you, Your Honor. Ms. McClure asked me to appear on this sentencing today for her as she's unavailable. The court is well aware, and as well as Mr. Murphy and Mr. Hernandez, of the problems he's had with alcohol abuse. And I want to indicate on the record that I did read all the letters that were attached to this from his family members and commenting on his good work at Papa's Place, which is a terrific restaurant. Been there several times myself, and it's got great food. Unfortunately, I think Mr. Hernandez left the court with a tough decision here and left the court with very little choice as to what to do. When he was sentenced for his most recent OWI 3rd, that was in May of 2024, and less than 3 months later, this incident occurred. The incident was very bad. As noted in the PSI, he's very fortunate that he wasn't injured very badly himself or the young woman in the car that was nearby where he ran off the road at, wasn't injured. And he ran in his vehicle right into a house at 303 South Dean Street here in Adrian. He left the car, fled on foot. They found him hiding in just off East Michigan in the grass, weeds area. Refused the blood draw. He wasn't supposed to be driving and he wasn't supposed to be drinking, and he did. I think there's a deterrence factor here. There's a punishment factor involved. There's a factor related to the fact that Mr. Hernandez just doesn't seem to learn from his problems. And hopefully the period of incarceration recommended by the probation department in this matter will trigger some sort of reaction from Mr. Hernandez, so he can start addressing his alcohol issues and get back to being a very good help to his family at Papa's place. But I do think the recommendation is appropriate, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Murphy, anything you want to say on behalf of Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, Your Honor. Obviously, Mr. Hernandez, all these incidents, they involve alcohol, and it's occurred quite quickly in time. No, I don't think that shows that Mr. Hernandez has no respect for the criminal justice system. I think it goes towards the extent of which he has this substance abuse issue. Now, he is young. He is going through, I mean, anyone that's going through this period of their life, they're going through a transition and trying to figure out where they were as a child, as a young adult, moving on forward into adulthood and how to be a productive member of society. Mr. Hernandez has found a career job. He is intending to go and continue along that path. Now, I did want to point out he was sentenced. I don't believe, from my interaction with Mr. Hernandez and speaking with him, I don't recall him, and I think he had said that he hadn't attended very much treatment, very much at McCullough Vargas between when he was sentenced and when this incident occurred. I think with Mr. Hernandez, obviously he's been incarcerated now for a period of time. He understands. I think before, when I was interacting with him, he had gotten some quite favorable pleas. He was sentenced under HIDA. Maybe he fully didn't understand and wasn't fully aware of what the consequences were directly, from his actions. Maybe he thought they were being further down the line, that he wouldn't be looking at prison time until maybe he was in his 30s or something like that. He is well aware of that now. This time he's been in custody is definitely, I guess you would say, slapped him in the face to make him realize that the punishment here is definitely severe. Now, I'd ask the court to consider, we had tried to get Mr. Hernandez into an inpatient rehab. We had tried to get him at Don Farms. There was not, the prosecutor did not want that to happen. And obviously, we understand that. And I would understand that they're not recommending for that now. But I would ask the court to consider that. He has been in custody for quite a while now, buttoned up against the low end of the guidelines, what it asks for custody. I think that the time that he spent is sufficient. I would ask the court to consider making out of Mr. Hernandez another example of, again, he has children. He wants to be in his children's lives. He wants to, again, get back to his career. Giving him a chance. He hasn't been in inpatient rehab. He hasn't really been introduced to and utilize the tools that rehab provides for him. So I'd ask the court to consider making another example out of him, meaning that what he does moving forward, give him a chance to go to rehab, get the proper tools, suspend any further incarceration after attendance of that, and to show that, again, so he can show his children, show his community, show that, Your Honor, that you can, after going through this, after having severe issue with alcohol and having these incidents occur, that you can change your life and you can move forward with it. And so I'd ask the court to consider that, not sentence him to MDOC time, but sentence him, again, maybe to credit for time served or a year incarceration with a suspension for him going to rehab. I think that would be the more appropriate use of judicial resources and more appropriate use of the sentence. I definitely think there'll be more rehabilitative value in that for Mr. Hernandez. And again, hopefully that would show the community as well that in these situations like this, we're going to try to see if we can get you into rehab as opposed to just putting you incarcerated. So I'd ask the court to consider that, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Murphy, on the circuit court violation of probation report, it said he had sentencing in district court set for September 9 of 24 on 8 files.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what files those would be. I don't have Mr. Hernandez for but 3 files that are open right now.
Okay.
Any sentence that he would have gotten. And let me. in September.
I just don't have them in the body of my PSI. So
I think he had multiple bond violations and a probation, but that sentencing was actually set for. I guess I don't see in here whether that sentencing occurred on my file.
Okay. Mr. Hernandez, anything else, Mr. Murphy?
No, Your Honor, I'm trying to find out what happened because I thought he was given credit for time served on some files downstairs, but I don't have any further information about that. I'm sorry.
All right. All right, Mr. Hernandez, anything you want to say in your own behalf?
Yes, Your Honor, I just hope you give me the opportunity to get the help that I need. I've never properly attended AA meetings or worked the 12-step program when I should have. You know, I did do a little bit of counseling with Catholic Charities, part of my bond conditions, but when I got placed on probation in May, they never put me in any type of treatment when I believe I should have. I don't know why it's been avoided that I have an alcohol problem, and I know I've had an alcohol problem, but I just hope you would allow me to get the help that I need. You know I was wrong. I just, it's clear I need to get help for my addiction, and I just hope you allow me to get that help. That's it, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Hartung, Ms. McClure, I know you're covering for Ms. McClure, and she was asking to follow the recommendation.
She was asking to follow the recommendation, just for the record. That was a similar recommendation on the original file, and she'd asked for that at that point in time as well. The previous file, I think the incident occurred in 23,
Yep.
pled guilty in March of 24, and was sentenced in May of 24.
All right, in determining the appropriate sentence in this case, the court has considered the seriousness of the offense, your history, the principle of proportionality, the statutory penalty, the cost of confinement, the sentencing guidelines, the report and recommendation of the probation department, as well as what has been set upon the record at this hearing. So Ms. Holly, again, thank you for covering for everybody today, but Ms. Holly, I don't see anything in here that would bar him possibly if MDOC determines he's eligible for boot camp. I don't see anything that bars it. Do you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It does. It says it on my PSI report. SIA boot camp.
I don't think, no, I think it says that he's eligible, not that he's barred. Right?
Yeah. All right. The criteria and reasons for the sentence are the nature and gravity of the offense, the discipline appropriate to its commission, deterrence against repetition by you and by others, the potential for reformation, vindication to law, and the protection of society. Mr. Hernandez, you have one of the worst records for alcohol and driving that I've seen, and I have a lot of them, but I know, you have a diagnosis for ADHD, and I know that involves impulses sometimes, but, you have a juvenile record, but then you have in 17, possession of cocaine, R&O, receiving and concealing, an OUIL misdemeanor in 21, an OWI misdemeanor in 23, June 24 of 2024, you got your first felony drunk driving, which I have you on probation for, August 3rd of 24, you got another OWI third offense, which caused property damage. And luckily you weren't killed, or the woman that happened to be just standing there wasn't killed. So you're actually kind of a menace actually on the road. And you've been offered services. I know Mr. Coast worked with you around bond conditions, and you've refused to take advantage of any of them. So we have a violation of probation on file number 23-21325. On that file, it's he said you keep picking up new charges. You have another violation for September 18th. The sentencing in district court on 9/9 for 8 files, and I can't access that system, obviously, because I'm a circuit court, not district court. And it is the recommendation on that one that we revoke and terminate probation, which I will do, and give me 93 days in jail with credit for time served. On the violation of probation on file number 23-21526FH, Mr. Hernandez, on that one, your original guidelines for 7 to 23, which, you know, and yeah. So on that file, I'm gonna give you credit for time served of 147 days and discharge you from probation unsuccessfully. And then we get to file number 24-21980FH. On that file, your guidelines were again 7 to 23, but it seems odd that they're the same. I thought they would be higher. And on that file, it's a sentence in the court that you will serve 1 year, 6 months to 5 years with the Michigan Department of Corrections. I'll give you credit for 145 days already served. Obviously, if they approve you for boot camp, I will sign that and allow you to go to boot camp to get services. You can't drive a motor vehicle on parole until you get permission. You're probably never going to be able to get your license back. So you probably won't ever be able to drive a vehicle for at least the next 10 years. There's a crime victim assessment fee in the amount of $130 and $68 in state costs. I think the vehicle was totaled, so I don't think you have to mobilize it. Now, Mr. Hernandez, I wish you the best of luck. You do have a right to appeal this sentence. They're going to give to you 3 copies of your notice of right to appellate review. They're going to have you initial and date 1 copy for each file that comes back to us to acknowledge you received the paperwork. The other copies are for you, and if you wish to appeal the sentence, you would fill out the information on the form and mail it to the address listed on the form within 42 days. Thank you, Mr. Hernandez.
May I speak with my attorney real quick, Your Honor?
No, we've got to move on to the next case. Thank you, Mr. Hernandez.
Thank you, Mr. Hernandez.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Hartung. I'll take care of Mr. Love next, and then were you staying for Boykins or you're leaving?
Well, I'll stay.
Okay, so do you want to take care of Mr. Love?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. Ms. Mahoney, give us just a moment. All right, this is, and I believe, oh, there's Miss Berta, thank you. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Robert Love Jr. I have Salvatore Malaro appearing on behalf of Mr. Love. And I'm looking for your PSI because I know I have it because I reviewed it yesterday.
It's not Mr. Valero, I'm representing.
Oh, Mr. Glazier, I'm sorry. Here it is. All right, I'm sorry. He has a better beard than you. I'm sorry, I got those mixed up. All right. So, Mr. Love, have you had an opportunity to read and review the pre-sentence report?
No, we that's MIA.
I'm sorry.
That's not available. We haven't been able to locate.
I don't have a copy of it either. Speaking with Mr. Love.
Well, hold on a minute. I show it was emailed to you on December 14th of 2022. So I can have a copy made of it.
Before we go through all that trouble. Mr. Love, I don't know when he entered his plea on this, has indicated to me that he can prove in a hearing that he doesn't owe any child support, that he's had different, and it's what I'm asking to do, I guess, is to set it for a hearing. And I may file a motion to withdraw his plea if in fact he doesn't. But at the very least, he's gonna have a restitution hearing. He doesn't believe he owes any money at all on this file. To what?
Audits.
Oh, he's still waiting on audits.
All right, Miss Berta, I show, hold on, let's see here. All right, so Miss Berta, at this point, Mr. Glazier is requesting a hearing on the arrearages at this point and whether or not, and you requested an audit, we requested an audit,
Yes,
didn't
there's
we?
been, we're still waiting on the results of the audit from the state and the county still, so.
Okay, and Miss Berta, have you received the audit paperwork?
No, Your Honor, we have not. I can tell you that the balance is $3,767.68. There is an income withholding order in place. A large portion of it is going to the underlying file, but there is another case, child support case with an ongoing obligation. So that receives a portion of every payment as well.
All right, so Miss Adams, I'm gonna need, I just had a big civil trial schedule, so I have some dates that have opened up. So Miss Adams, I'm gonna need about 2 hours and we're gonna set it out like at least 30 to 45 days so I can redog that audit. And obviously, Miss Berta, you can appear via Zoom if it's gonna be you. Do you have any objection to that, Mr. Glazier?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right, so Miss Adams, if I could get that date, please.
I'm sorry, what was that balance again, that 10,000?
Put the mic by John.
As of December 20th, it is $3,767.68. We have already filed a second amended information, reducing this matter to an attempt and dismissing count 1 and the habitual.
Okay, thank you, Miss Berta. All right, Miss Adams.
The first available amount as a backup would be February 7th at 10 a.m.
February 7th at 10 a.m., Mr. Glazier.
Sounds like a great, good idea to me. That was for a couple hours at least.
Yes, Miss Berta, are you available at 10 a.m. on that day or someone from your office?
I'll assume someone at the office can be made available, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Miss Adams, could I get a notice of hearing from Mr. Love?
Yes, Judge. And is this an evidentiary or what are we calling
Yep,
it?
2-hour evidentiary
Okay.
/ sentencing, depending on what happens. All right. Mr. Glazier will make sure that the packet pre-sentence report gets over to you, all right?
Yeah, Your Honor, I just would indicate too, I don't think I'll file a motion, but if in fact we do discover that there's zero owed, I would probably reserve the right to file a motion at that time.
Sure. That's not fun. All right.
Is this already district court? Is it-
Huh?
Is it a district court pre-sentence report or
Circuit.
It is?
It was done many years ago by Tom Moore.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Moore.
Okay.
All right, very good. So I'm gonna take a recess at this point. Mr. Love, we will bring you a notice of hearing.
Yes, ma'am.
And then I'm gonna go back and talk to Mr. Hartung and Mr. Glazier. Miss Mahoney, I'll be with you in a minute.
Oh, we need at least an hour.
Mr. Glazier.
And my case is concluded, Your Honor.
See you in a couple
Is
weeks.
there any more child support, Joanne?
What's that?
She asked if her.
Yeah, she heard her.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Sears?
They're gonna bring you a proof of service.
Okay.
Court date next one. I'll stop. I gotta go down and do the bond hearings downstairs. And I have
Mr. Love?
Yes, no, Rhonda.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
It's nice, Ms. Underwood. Try. Thank you. Blessed.
Please rise for the session.
Judge will be on.
Meeting seated.
All right, so.
Judge, we're not on the record, Judge. I'll be there just a second.
Mr. Fry.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Fry, we'll take Miss Mahoney real quick. Okay. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Kelly Margaret Mahoney, file number 24-21862FH. Mr. Fry, have you now had an opportunity to speak with Miss Mahoney?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Mahoney, you've had an opportunity to read and review the pre-sentence report.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Adams, you have, okay. Okay, so Mr. Fry, also to let you know, on December 16th of 24, a motion affidavit and bench warrant was issued against Miss Mahoney for, see.
I think it was a positive drug screen, Your Honor.
Because Miss Mahoney tested positive for amphetamines and methamphetamine collected by Wendy Gallant on December 2nd of 24, and she was told by a judge, defendant was told by me not to use illegal substances on November 5 of 24. So, and then we do have bench warrant status for failure to appear. And so Mr. Fry, how do you wish to deal with the bench warrant?
So, Your Honor, my client would be willing to take responsibility for that violation of her bond conditions. She would admit that she did use those substances.
Okay. And Mr. Coast, has she tested since at all?
Judge, I
Miss Holly,
apologize. I was just doing a swab on an individual. What's the
It's
question?
okay. I was asking on Miss Mahoney whether she has tested any more since December 6th.
She has not, Judge.
Okay, Miss Holly, we are on Miss Mahoney.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so, okay. All right, thank you. So, Miss Mahoney, have you had an opportunity to read and review the pre-sentence report now with your attorney?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with your attorney and the advice that he has given you?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Fry, do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or relevancy of any information in the pre-sentence report?
Your Honor, we would just ask for one correction. On the second page, it says guidelines for defendant range from 0 to 17 months, but the calculation was that the guidelines were 0 to 11 months. So.
Yes. So, Miss Holly, this is Miss Walsh. On page 2, it says 0 to 17, but it is 0 to 11 on the guideline sheet. So on that little guidelines under this little second paragraph, we'll make that change to 11 months. Anything else, Mr. Fry?
That was the only correction, Your Honor.
Does the pre-sentence report disclose any prior convictions in which there exists any known constitutional defect?
No, Your Honor.
Right, before the, and as you already said, the guidelines are 0 to 11 months. Do you agree with that computation of guidelines?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Fry, is there anything you want to say on behalf of Ms. Mahoney before the court passes sentence?
So, Your Honor, Ms. Mahoney is from the Upper Peninsula, the Marquette area. She doesn't really have much connection down here. She does have a substance use issue that I've talked to her about. You know, she would have potentially been a good candidate for recovery court. I had talked to her about that, but she doesn't really have a connection to Lenawee County and has no desire to stay in Lenawee County. In fact, she's expressed that she wants to go back to her family in Marquette, where her dad lives, specifically live with her dad, who is actually a corrections officer, you know, who could give her some support as she tries to deal with, you know, some of her substance use issues that, you know, are a little bit lengthy. She was in jail in Jackson County recently. I think she spent 5 months there. When she got out, unfortunately, she started using again, which, you know, is why she tested positive here recently on our drug screens. She has tried to get herself checked into rehab. She went to Sacred Heart, is my understanding, where she stayed for a while, and then they had indicated to her that she needs more intensive treatment. So right now, according to Ms. Mahoney, she is having an intake in Ann Arbor for inpatient rehab 30th of December. So she is trying to work on her substance use issues. She admits that she has a struggle in that area, and, you know, it's her opinion that she needs to get away from this area, where, you know, the people that she actually knows are the people who get her involved with drugs and other criminal activities. So we'd be asking the court to give her permission to go back to Marquette, live with her dad, know where she's from.
Okay. Ms. Mahoney, is there anything you want to say on your own behalf?
Yeah, Your Honor, I've been struggling with addiction for the last 6 years, which is actually what brought me down state to begin with. I came down here using drugs, and it's just gone completely downhill from there.
So, Ms. Mahoney, I can't see you, but I'm going to guess that you're kind of moving your head around or something when you're talking, so it kind of garbles a little bit. If you can just kind of stay still by the phone and start over again, please, because we have to record this and we're not getting a really good recording.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I came down here 6 years ago looking for drugs. It's kind of just been a train wreck of my life ever since, and I acknowledge I have a problem. Like, I know I need help. I can't do it by myself. I've tried. And I just, like, I'm at a point where, like, I need to go home. I need to be with my kids, my family, my support system, and I'm just not progressing in my life from what it could be again by being down here.
Anything else, Mr. Fry?
No, Your Honor.
In determining the appropriate sentence in this case, the court has considered the seriousness of the offense, your history, the principle of proportionality, the statutory penalty, the cost of confinement, the sentencing guidelines, the report and recommendation of the probation department, as well as what has been said upon the record at this hearing. The criteria and reasons for the sentence are the nature and gravity of the offense, the discipline appropriate to its commission, deterrence against repetition by you and by others, the potential for reformation, vindication for the law, and protection of society. I'm going to dismiss this contempt of court at this time, but understand, ma'am, if it happens again, there will be a penalty to that. So it's a sentence of the court. You'll be placed on probation for a period of 24 months. During that term of probation, you are to obey and comply with all the articles of your probation. You are not to consume alcohol or other intoxicants. You must not use any illegal controlled substances. You're not to use any narcotic substances except for like ER admission for an accident without permission of the probation department. You must complete all training and programming as recommended by the probation department. You must report as required to the probation department. I'm going to order that you serve 80 hours community service during that term of probation. Notify your probation officer of any change of address or employment. Obey all court orders, not to engage in any assaultive, abusive, threatening, or intimidating behavior. Not to use any item as a weapon. Understand the probation department can enter your home, your car, your computer, your phone if they have reasonable cause to believe that you have committed a crime. You must allow them in your residence at any time for supervision purposes. And you must report any arrest or police contact, loss of employment, or change of residence within 24 hours and maintain 30 hours of employment a week. Obviously, if you're in a rehab facility, I'm not gonna order that you work 30 hours a week at that time. There's $130 crime victim rights fee, $30 supervision fee with probation, 60 if we have to put a tether on you, $750 in court costs, $60 DNA fee, and $68 state costs. So, ma'am, you're going to have to report to the probation department next Tuesday between 8 and 10 a.m. to see Ms. Walsh. If you want to transfer your probation to your home county, Ms. Walsh will lead you through the steps to do that, okay?
Okay, so quick question. I'm gonna be in inpatient treatment at that point. So how am I gonna do that? 'Cause if then I'm gonna get kicked out.
And is she going?
When are you leaving for inpatient?
On the 30th.
Wait, what?
The 30th.
You
Yeah.
need to report to Ms. Walsh on January 7th at 1 o'clock.
Okay, but if I'm in inpatient rehab and I leave.
And she'll talk to you about anything else then.
So, ma'am, you have to come in and do your terms of probation. Is Ms. Walsh here the 30th?
I thought she said January.
No, so.
Like 4 days.
December. So December 30th is a Tuesday. That's next Tuesday.
No, because it's a holiday, it's New Year's Eve.
No, it isn't. New Year's Eve is the 30th.
30th is Monday.
Oh, it's the wrong calendar. The 30th is Monday, so I don't know.
Like I'm literally in Ann Arbor at the shelter waiting for that 4-day window to check the rehab.
Where are you at now in Ann Arbor? Like not an address, but
At the homeless shelter in Ann Arbor.
you have to come in and sign your terms of probation. And you'll have to talk to Ms. Walsh. We're gonna need verification that you actually went to an inpatient facility. I mean, I have people all the time. I had somebody last week say they were at Harbor Light and stood in front of a picture with a lighthouse and they weren't even at Harbor Light. So, you know, I mean, we have to have verification of where you're at, what you're doing. So you're going to have to meet with Ms. Walsh on the 7th. And you have her number, right, Ms. Mahoney?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just gonna have to send her a message telling her where you are, what you're doing, and Ms. Walsh can make the decision on how to proceed from there. But, you know, you're gonna have to sign, you're gonna have to come here in person at some point. Do you even have an address we can mail your notice of right to appellate review to?
I can give you my mom or my dad is in UP, but down here no, I don't. Other than
Right.
the
So here's what I'm gonna do, Ms. Mahoney. I'm gonna give them to you on the record, and then we're gonna put a copy with your file. And as soon as you get an address, you let Ms. Walsh know, and Ms. Walsh will let us know so we can mail it to you. So, Ms.
Not with Adrian,
No, she's at the homeless shelter in Ann Arbor waiting for a bed
at what treatment facility?
which inpatient treatment?
Home of New Vision.
Home of New Vision. So, ma'am, you do have the right to appeal this sentence. So we're going to get to you somehow, your notice of right to appellate review. And we'll have you initial and date it. We may hold it with Ms. Walsh until we can get you here. If you wish to appeal your sentence, you just need to contact the court within 42 days and fill out the paperwork. And then we'll process your appeal, okay?
Right.
All right, so is this your cell phone? Do you have her number, Mr. Fry?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you email that to Ms. Walsh?
Can you talk, you have it so I can write it down?
If you can tell her quietly.
I'm
live on YouTube, I don't want to.
I don't have it with me, but I have it in my computer at my
All right, so we will have Mr. Fry email your phone number to Ms. Walsh, okay?
Okay.
My son-in-law, is kind of runs Home of New Vision. And if they want to send some paperwork up with him, he drives up there every day.
Okay, we gotta make sure she goes there, but that's awesome. Thank you. All right, so Miss Mahoney, stay in contact with Miss Walsh. You have her number from when you have prior contact with her. So make sure
Yes.
you stay in contact with her, all right?
Okay,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Okay. Mr. Boykin. And I'll let him in.
See on Zoom.
Yes, yes. All right, Mr. Boykins, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, you want to go ahead and start your video for me, please?
Gotcha. I'm driving right now. I gotta pull over.
Okay, you pulling over?
Yeah, I'm turning right now. Hold on. Give me a couple seconds.
And I'm gonna stop live stream for a minute.